what's up, guys, and welcome to yet another crazy episode of Real Talk TV. Of course, you got your host, Lionel Wright, aka the Black Hawaiian. And you know, guys, as always, I always got great guests that I come and we bring in, I should say, to the studio and talk to. We've had a bunch of MMA fighters. You know, we've had MMA promoter, a couple of MMA promoters actually. And today, you know, we're actually gonna kind of spread that out a little bit. And today we got a great Jiu Jitsu fighter. This guy is an up and coming guy. And some of you out there may know him if you're into Brazilian style Jiu Jitsu. If not, by the end of this episode, you will know everything about this guy. And trust me, you'll be Googling him and trying to find all types of videos and everything about this guy. So with that being said, guys, I want to introduce to you KJ Kama. How's it going, my man?
I'm doing good, thank you. Thank you for having me on the show.
All right. Hey, so KJ, you know, I've known you for a little while. You know,
Yeah.
I've known your parents pretty well.
Yeah.
You know, which is crazy because like I'm actually classmates of your mom.
Right.
So how crazy is that?
That's funny, man.
Yeah. So you know, with that being said, the first thing is this. You know, with this show, I'm gonna ask you questions, and you know, we're gonna ask like some personal questions about who you are so that we get a good sense of exactly who KJ Kama is.
Right.
And then we'll start talking about your whole like martial arts background and the things that you've done. And at the end, and you know, we'll talk about, you know, what you plan to do in the future. We'll ask you questions about that. With that being said, first question is, what is your legal name?
My legal name is Renick Kilani Kama Jr.
All right, so you're a junior.
Yeah, I'm a junior, yeah. So it's I either have people call me KJ, of course, because whenever they say Renick, me and my dad used to answer a lot. So I had to change it up and
All right, cool.
change the name up, yeah.
So what does KJ stand for?
It just stands for Kilani Jr.
Okay.
Pretty much. I played a lot of sports, so when I was playing baseball, no one said Renick because my dad would answer. They didn't want to say Kilani because a lot of them couldn't pronounce it. So then they were just like, oh, why don't we call you KJ?
Oh, okay.
So then I was just kind of like, oh, okay, cool. My mom hated Junior Boy.
Junior Boy.
Yeah, I took him for nuts.
So, there's too many juniors out there.
Yeah,
nowadays,
there's
right?
a lot. So then we just went with KJ. Stuck.
Right, it's almost like KJ Noons, you know?
Exactly. That's funny because I actually got to meet him.
Oh, no way.
Yeah, and I introduced myself. as KJ.
Oh.
Yeah, and then he introduced himself as KJ too. It was fun.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
It was fun to meet him. Yeah.
So you know, so we got that out of the way. Renick Jr. Where are you from? Where are you born and raised?
I was born and raised in the homesteads in Wamanalo.
Wamanalo.
Yeah. I was split time between Wamanalo and Waianae homesteads. Most of the time I was stuck in Wamanalo in the homesteads, and it was fun. It was I called it a swamp because it would rain and then it would be hot and then dry. So when people ask me where I'm from, I tell them I'm from the swamps of Wamanalo. Yeah. So yeah, I'm from Wamanalo homesteads. Yeah.
Oh, that's awesome.
Grew up there, yeah.
You know, I love it because you're a homestead boy.
Yes.
You know, so for all you Hawaiians out there, right, you guys listening to this, man, you know, trust me, by the end of this thing, you're going to be like, wow, I need to be like KJ, all right?
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, all right, cool. Well, so Waimanalo born and raised, all right? So Renick is your dad.
Yes.
And then who is your mom?
Robin Kama. Robin, or her maiden name is Robin Starkey, if I'm correct?
Yes.
Yes, Robin Starkey, yes. She's a Starkey, yeah.
She's a Starkey.
Yeah, she is definitely one. So it was
that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
And then you have any brothers and sisters?
I have a younger brother, Rusty Kama, and then Riley Ann, who's 6.
Oh, wow.
So big age gaps. So, but it's fun. It's fun. You kind of got to learn how to be the role model a little bit faster.
You call that, we call that instant babysitter. That's what that is.
Exactly. Instant babysitter. Exactly.
That's right. Oh, very good.
Yeah.
Okay, so, you know, so we got where you're from. What elementary school did you attend?
Poa Elementary.
Poa?
I attended Poa Elementary.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay, that's pretty cool.
It was
right down the road from me.
Exactly. It was funny because my mom would drive from Wamanalo, and then I would go to my auntie's house, and then I would stay there all day. my mom worked in town, so then I ended up just going to Paul Elementary, and it was fun, man. Nothing
Wow.
better than Paul Elementary. It's
Hey,
funny.
Paul is a pretty good elementary school.
It
I tell
is,
you.
it is a good
Yeah.
elementary school. I go back once in a while, every
Oh, that's cool. So
here and there.
being in Paul, I mean, this is something I know about Paul Valley is that they got a lot of great athletes there. So what
Oh.
kind of sports did you play?
I played everything: basketball, baseball, football. I tried every sport.
Is it Booth Park or?
Right across the road at the rec center.
Yeah, the rec center.
Rec
Booth
center,
Park,
yeah,
right?
Booth Park, yeah. That's where I started my athletic career, pretty much.
Wow.
Was over there in that gymnasium and on that,
Oh yeah, no, I've been there, done that
yeah,
too, man.
in that baseball field, and
yeah, yeah.
it's a fun place to be.
Oh yeah,
I
totally.
loved it,
No, I
yeah.
mean your upbringing mirrors mine, man. I was
Yeah,
there,
it
I
was,
did the same thing. So
My athletic career started on that baseball field and that gymnasium, and I go by every once in a while just to kind of humble myself a little bit.
Yeah,
Remember where I came from.
yeah, I got to know where you came from. Yeah,
Yeah,
oh, that's
exactly.
awesome. So what? Besides playing all those different sports, how were you as a child back then? Like what kind of personality did you have?
I was definitely out there. Like
Right.
I was taught speak your mind, and always was doing that all the time. And I was definitely an active kid. I was always someplace. If I wasn't at home, I was at the beach, one of the beach parks trying to surf or boogie board, or I was at Bellows. Or I was at the baseball field or at the basketball court. I was
Wow.
definitely I was always outside, never inside.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah.
Okay,
Definitely.
so from intermediate or from elementary, what intermediate did you go to?
I ended up going to Kapolei. We moved to there, and then I ended up going to this Kapolei Middle, and then I just kept the same kind of, never lost the groove, really. Just kept doing sports, in and
Wow.
out the house. But it was funny because I went to Kapolei, and I still lived in Wabanala, believe it or not. I still lived in the homesteads.
Wow, that's
Yeah.
pretty cool.
And my mom just got a job in Kapolei, so I just,
All right, it's closer to mom's job.
yeah, exactly.
Oh, that's cool. And then so where did you graduate from?
Graduated from Milani High School. Yeah. I ended up going to,
Are you guys following this? So he went to Paul Elementary, Kapolei Intermediate, and then graduated from Milani
Milani.
High School.
Exactly.
Wow. Now that is a traveler, man.
it's funny. It's a funny story because all my cousins graduated from there. So I wanted to be, of course, just like them. So that was definitely.
I remember
good.
your dad is a graduate. of
Yeah, and my
Milani.
dad, I didn't want to go to Roosevelt. It was either
What?
Roosevelt or Milani.
Oh, man.
So I chose Milani over.
Yeah, you lucked out, man. I tell you, Roosevelt is a pretty cool place, man.
It was a nice school. Definitely had some memories in that gym for sure.
Yeah.
Doing
Wow.
sports there.
Oh,
Yeah.
very good. So when did you start getting into like the whole martial arts thing?
I seen it a lot. My uncles did judo. They're black belts in judo and all that stuff. I tried. They took me to a practice and didn't really like it, and then started watching. Saw the UFC just like everyone else. I was just kind of thought it was cool. My brother was doing actually martial arts, and he started getting pretty good. So I was like, I don't know. I didn't want to do the martial art he was doing, so I was like, oh, I'll just do. Kind of found MMA, and then because I'm so competitive, they were like, you can't do nothing. You only get to train. So then I found Jiu Jitsu. Found Jiu Jitsu and fell in love with it at 12 years old.
At 12, okay, I was gonna ask, when did you start getting?
Yeah, 12 years old. It was hands down the most. It was an interesting sport for me.
So what is the first gym that you started training at?
With Ronald John and Auntie Kim.
Oh no,
At
808?
808 Fight Factory. Yeah, I started over there. Everyone was there, like Bryson Kamaka and all the guys, all
Right.
the big names. That's where I started in the White Pahu, if I'm correct.
Yeah, White Pahu,
White
yeah.
Pahu, yeah. That's where I started my journey started there, and then kind of just blossomed after that.
All right. So like you said, you were training mixed martial arts first.
Yes.
Okay, and then you started going into jiu-jitsu.
Yeah.
So, take me back to like what is the first like jiu-jitsu tournament you ever entered?
Man, the old pack subs.
Okay.
Yeah, I did the old pack sub. I did it maybe like without even knowing I was gonna do it. Kind of just jumped in there.
Mm.
I lost. I think I had an adrenaline dump, and then ever since then I was just like, oh, it's pretty cool.
So how long had you been training before that time?
I was only probably training maybe 2-3 weeks, maybe a month, 2 months.
Okay.
2 months, just got thrown into the fire, and ever since then, just kind of stuck with it.
That's the beautiful thing I like about Jiu Jitsu, Brazilian style Jiu Jitsu, is that they train you, but it's all about training to compete, because that's when you can really see how much you really learn
Exactly.
and how much you could hold on to. Right.
I loved it. I did it, and after that, I was just kind of like, this is pretty cool. I definitely want to know some more.
Mm-hmm.
And then
So what is the first actual jiu-jitsu school that you started going to?
started going to Gracie Baja back
Okay.
then, before it was called Alliance in Waipio.
Mm-hmm.
I started there, and then I eventually moved to Gracie Humaita. Gracie Humaita
Okay.
in Wahiwa with my uncle Desi Minor.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, and actually, so your uncle Desi, he actually is a pretty accomplished jiu-jitsu guy as well.
Yes, he is very accomplished. Yeah, I used to. He was my idol.
Yeah.
I watched him a lot.
He's my idol too.
Yeah, definitely wanted to be just like him.
Yeah, that guy. I remember watching him going to tournaments and just wiping everybody out.
Yeah, I used to be scared. He's my uncle, and I was scared.
Okay, so you started taking jiu-jitsu, you started competing.
Yeah.
But when did you start to notice that you were starting to really get good at it?
Maybe around 17, 18,
Mhm.
I kind of started to realize, like, I'm pretty decent at it, pretty good.
Mhm.
And then my mind started to kind of work more. With my Uncle Des, there was always the mind games.
Mhm.
So then I kind of started to use my mind more than physically doing it. I'll play things out in my head, and then I'll do it.
You bring up a good point, because this is what a lot of people don't realize about jiu-jitsu, is that Brazilian style jiu-jitsu is actually a mind game.
Oh, yes.
It's a very mental game,
It very much is.
and it's a chess match physically, but it is a mental game.
Yeah.
And some people, I remember myself, seeing people that once they get to that blue belt stage,
Yeah.
they would get too caught up in the thinking, and the body would stop moving.
Exactly.
Did you ever have that issue?
I did. I had it for about a year. I
Oh,
was,
yeah.
I was a blue belt for a really long time.
Oh,
I was
yeah.
a blue belt for from 15 all the way to 18 years old.
Whoa.
Yeah. So I was a blue belt for a long time.
They call that sandbagger, man.
Yeah, definitely sandbagging. I definitely got a lot of critics for it too.
yeah, I
Yeah.
bet.
But my uncle just refused to,
Right.
I had to learn.
Yeah, yeah.
I had to learn how
Oh no,
to.
yeah, no, it's hard to get past that mental,
Yes.
like you get like a mental block, because your mind is thinking about 2001 things at one time.
It is.
But your body stops moving.
Yeah.
I've seen people take a long time to get through it, and some people just kind of breeze right
Yeah,
over it.
I'm definitely happy. I took a long time.
Yeah, I was gonna say the thing about people who take a long time to get
Yeah.
through that, they become a lot more cerebral when they get past it, when they roll.
Yes,
So I mean,
you do,
you
yeah.
must really be you think of things well in advance, and you,
Oh, well,
you
in
strategize
advance.
well.
I'm thinking about things going to training.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay, so now you're starting to get good at about 17, 18.
Yeah.
When did you first start competing outside of Hawaii?
I went to the Worlds at around, I think, 16,
Okay.
15, and got a kind of a little taste of what it was like.
Mm-hmm.
Made it to the quarterfinals in the adults division
Mm-hmm.
because my mom messed up the registration.
Mm-hmm.
She didn't put me in juvenile, she put me in adults.
Oh boy.
So I definitely got trial by fire, you know what I mean?
Uh-huh.
And then I met a guy in Redding, California, and then he offered me to live in his gym as a pro belt, 18
Wow.
years old. Just went up there and then started training up there, competed. That's when I really started to like kind of excel and kind of get the taste of what is outside of Hawaii.
Wow.
And definitely liked it. Yeah.
Oh, very cool.
Yeah.
Okay, so now we talked about how you tried to get good from Hawaii. Now you're competing outside of Hawaii.
Right.
can you give us some names of some of the different tournaments that you've competed on, like a national or maybe international level?
Yeah.
And if you have any like I guess medals that you won.
Right. I did the my biggest one I placed in to this day, in my opinion, is the Abu Dhabi trials.
Okay.
Yeah, Abu Dhabi trials.
So Abu Dhabi is it is an invitational
Yes,
tournament.
It is an invitational. Yeah, I got invited.
And that happens at.
It happened in Hawaii, luckily.
Oh really?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Because normally like the Abu Dhabis used to be like in
in California. Funny story. I actually did the California one. Did really good. I placed to where I can go to the tournament. I went to the lady and gave her my medal, and I was like, "Oh, I'm ready. I'm here for my ticket." And she goes, "Do you have a passport?" And then the first thing I said to her was, "What's a passport?" I don't know what that is. I was like,
Fail.
Yeah. I was like, "You need a passport?" She was like, "Yeah, sorry, you can't go."
Okay, so where was that one at?
In California.
California.
Yeah.
Because actually, like I remember, like the Abu Dhabis back in the old days, that was actually in like
in different states, different countries.
Yeah, it was in like another country.
Yeah.
If I remember correctly, it was like in like Arab country, like Israel.
Yeah,
or
Israel.
something
Yeah.
Like that. Yeah.
So it was.
Yeah. So like, and it was when the Abu Dhabis first came out, it was an invitational tournament. And of the top 200 grapplers.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
That was actually the World Pro. World Pro is the gi one.
Mm-hmm.
That's the one I competed in.
Oh, okay.
I'm waiting to do the ADC trials. I'm trying to find one, trying to hunt them down, and
Okay.
and definitely get in one, just so I can get that.
Yeah, the
That's
experience.
the one. Yeah.
I mean, so wow, that's really good. I mean, you've done all of that at such a young age.
Yeah.
And that's pretty amazing. I mean, for me, I've only known people who were adults.
Right.
And when I mean people who are adults, I'm talking about guys like Egan Inoue,
Right.
guys like BJ Penn.
Yeah.
And here you are, a 16, 17-year-old, competing in the same tournaments.
Yeah, it's surreal when you actually think about it.
Yeah, that's amazing. That's unbelievable.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay, so so that's the furthest, in your opinion, that you've ever been. Name some of the other ones that you've been.
I won the nationals. I won the absolute.
Okay. What state was that in?
It was in Las Vegas.
In Vegas. Okay.
Yeah, it was. I took a bus there, Greyhound. Took a Greyhound there.
From California.
From California all the way to Las Vegas. Got in about 12 in the morning. Fell asleep. Woke up around 10. Did my division, and then I beat the number 2 guy in the world.
Wow.
Yeah, beat him twice in one day.
Oh wow.
Yeah, it was a pretty I think it was 4 gold medals I racked up that day. It was kind of like my coming out party.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of when people were kind of like
starting to figure out who you were.
Yeah, it was kind of like I was the unknown, and then after that day, people were kind of like, "Whoa,
KJ."
Yeah, like who's this guy?
Yeah.
So that was definitely my coming out party.
Oh wow,
was
cool.
That I hold that one close to me.
Okay.
Most.
What other tournaments have you been in?
I've done the Worlds, both gi and no gi. Made it to the quarterfinals in the no gi one, and I lost to the number 1 guy on points.
Okay.
So it was a good fight. It was a good fight. We definitely I definitely stood up to him.
Wow.
You know what I mean, compared to how everyone.
And you're talking about like what is the age of that guy?
We're about the same age.
Okay.
Both about 23, yeah.
Okay.
So we definitely went to war on that day, and we had a really good match. I think it was the most watched. I think that morning.
Wow.
Was that match? Yeah, it was really back and forth. Definitely experience. It's kind of what wanted him to fight. I got kind of nervous, normal. Number 1 guy in the world.
Right. Yeah.
It's kind of like you're in the moment.
Yeah. Who wouldn't be nervous? That's
it was a moment. It was definitely one to enjoy, and can't wait to do it again.
So have you ever competed outside of the United States?
Not yet. I really want to. My goal is to go to the Europeans.
Mm-hmm.
It's a really big tournament in Europe. It's like the biggest one they have.
Mm-hmm.
Definitely working on that. Trying to get that passport.
Okay. So actually, we're talking we're talking about how like when you're competing when you're like 16, 17, and 23. How old are you now?
23.
You're
23, yeah,
so you're still pretty young.
Yeah,
right?
still young, yeah.
All right, wow.
Yeah, it's definitely, age definitely helps.
Mm.
You recover a little bit faster than most people.
Mm-hmm.
But to be able to have done what I've done in the years I've been training, it's definitely a pretty amazing.
Right. Yeah.
It's definitely it's a huge accomplishment. Yeah.
So besides like doing Brazilian style jiu-jitsu now,
Right.
what else do you do?
I used to be a surfer at one point in life.
Like a pro surfer?
No, just for fun.
Oh, just for okay.
For fun, yeah. Now I just pretty much skateboard.
Okay.
Go out and skateboard. Surf. Still go to the beach.
Yeah.
Otherwise than that, jiu-jitsu is on my.
That's your number one.
It's my number one priority. Yeah.
Wow. Okay.
If I can train Sunday to Sunday, then I'll be in that gym Sunday to Sunday.
All right. And
Yeah.
so I think you talked about it a little while ago. Besides training jiu-jitsu, you've also been an instructor as well.
Yes.
All right. So where have you been an instructor?
I was an instructor at Powerhouse Gym.
Okay.
In Pro City.
Pro City.
Yeah. I took over my Uncle Desi's gym,
Okay.
and he became a cop, and they needed an instructor, and I was kind of like, okay, I'll do it. It was definitely a challenge for me, but it was really fun. I really enjoyed it.
What's crazy is that especially in jiu-jitsu, a lot of people can be good students or good students of the game.
Yeah.
But it's harder for them to be an instructor.
Yeah.
So how did you like that transition?
It was a hard transition because I needed to step back. But I think when I stepped back, I became better because I started to learn, okay, you have to do this. You have to teach them this, and you have to perfect it so that when you teach it, you understand it.
Mm-hmm.
So it was a transition for me. It took a while. It took about 2 months.
So the good thing about being an instructor is that it actually makes you a better player of the game.
Oh,
right?
much better player.
Yeah.
I believe everyone should do it.
Oh, yeah.
Try it.
That's good. Yeah, because that was kind of my philosophy when I was younger. I noticed that I always thought that if I could teach it, that meant that I understood it.
Yes, that's one thing that helped me a lot.
Wow.
Was understanding more jiu-jitsu. And my Uncle Des really kind of pushed that into me, is understanding what you're doing and not just doing random stuff. So I definitely tried to apply that into my students. Yeah.
So as of late, what are some of the recent tournaments that you've entered?
I've recently entered Icon Grappling.
Okay.
I actually went to the heavyweight division, and I won double gold.
Okay.
Double gold in that one. Triple crown. Just a small local tournament. It's Naga, but I've been entering it at heavier weights.
Okay.
To kind of try and figure, just to kind of see my limitations of technique.
Wow.
More for technique. More for the satisfaction of seeing where my technique is than actually winning the tournament.
You've been actually placing in those two?
Yeah, I've been placing in it. Yeah, I didn't place in the Naga. I probably went too heavy that time. Definitely went above my weight class, and I lost in the semis. But I don't think you really lose. I think you more learn.
And actually, just recently too, like you were in the Jiu-Jitsu All-Stars.
Yeah, the Jiu-Jitsu All-Star. That was really fun.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it was.
So who did you go against on that one?
I don't know his name still yet, but he was from New York.
Okay.
Yeah, it was funny. I was definitely the underdog.
All right. Now, how'd you do on that one?
I won under a minute.
Under a minute.
Under a minute. I trained really hard for it. I was training 3 times a day.
Wow.
Definitely accepted the challenge.
Do you know what gym he was from?
He was from Calvinia's.
Okay.
He recently, I guess, moved from New York, and then was training at Calvinia's. I think he used to train at Yamasaki Jiu-Jitsu.
Wow.
Yeah. So he was definitely good. He was really good, and it definitely took me to the next level mentally.
Wow.
It took me to the next level.
Okay, so you're talking about all the stuff that you're doing right now.
Yeah.
This is a little harder question. So where do you plan to be in the future, or where do you want to be in the sport?
Definitely want to be the top guy at my division. I want to change. the game. You know what I mean? Change how people look at jiu-jitsu in Hawaii, for sure.
All right.
You know what I mean? Definitely be that. You know, BJ kind of,
Right.
BJ did it, Egan did it, you know what I mean? And I kind of look at what they did, and I kind of want to...
You want to be that same guy, the beat.
Yeah, the same guy, yeah,
Wow.
exactly.
Okay. So, as far as like future plans, what else like are you trying to do as far as, you know, in or besides jiu-jitsu? You have any other things that you're working on, business plans or whatnot?
Yeah, I'll be coming out, working on a signature line with the company. You know, definitely trying to make the best gear, you know,
All right.
for people in Hawaii, you know.
That's awesome.
Best
So
gear
you're talking about
possible.
like gis and
Everything, gis, rash guards, shorts, just the bestest gear possible for, it's going to be my line, so it's going to be definitely made for people to be comfortable and to enjoy it, you know, so.
well, that's pretty cool too because
Yeah.
actually I've never seen anybody else from Hawaii have their own line. So
Yeah.
that
Definitely,
sounds pretty good. Looking forward to that.
I'm definitely excited for that.
All
Definitely,
right. Well, hey, we'll definitely be looking out for you in the future with
Yeah.
that. Other than that, I guess the last question would be this. You know, for kids that are watching out there
Right.
and that may be in jiu-jitsu, just starting jiu-jitsu, or thinking about getting into jiu-jitsu, grappling, or martial arts, what kind of words of wisdom would you have for kids?
enjoy the moment. Definitely enjoy the moment. Have fun. Have fun. Don't look at it as don't push yourself to be that world competitor. Just enjoy the moment, have fun. Eventually it'll come. Everything is a slow process. But just have fun, enjoy the moment, train hard, and that's about it. Just enjoy the sport. It's a great sport.
All right, cool,
Yeah, for
man.
sure.
Well, hey, thank you so much for coming on the show and being a part of it.
Thank
and,
you.
You know, if people want to find out more about KJ Kama,
Yeah.
You have a Facebook?
Yes, it's KJ Kama. KJ
Right.
Kama.
And I think I saw you on Instagram as well.
Yeah,
right?
Instagram is where I'm on the most. I'll post a lot of my pictures from my trips, so just hit me up at same thing again, KJ_Kama. Check it out. I post a lot of my pictures, you know, from
Oh, where
my
you go and
where I
what you
go,
do.
where my trips. So for all you know is you could be in Abu Dhabi with me.
All
and
right.
Get to enjoy it too.
All right, very good.
Looking forward to it. Yeah.
All right, guys. So I hope you guys enjoyed this episode with KJ Kama and Real Talk TV. And like I said at the beginning of this filming, taping, is, you know, if you didn't know who KJ Kama is, you know now. You know, this guy is the up and coming, the next. You know, people always talk about Hawaii about who's the next BJ Penn, and normally when they say that, they talk about it in mixed martial arts. But in jiu-jitsu, this guy is really, you know, the next guy to look out for, the next BJ Penn, so to speak, or the next Egan Inoue. He's doing things now that, you know, they were doing when they were much older. You know, so I mean, you know, just sky's the limit with this guy, and you never know where he's going to be or where he's going to end up. So, you know, Hawaii, keep looking for KJ Kama, and I'll be watching as well. So thank you so much for coming out.
Thank you very much.
Okay, have
Appreciate
a great
it.
time. And hey, guys, you know, thank you so much for stopping by, hanging out with us, and checking out the show. I hope you guys enjoyed yourselves, and we'll be seeing you folks in the next episode. So the Black Hawaiian and KJ Kama saying have a great one, and aloha.